Welcome to the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Thursday, August 6th. This is Gina McGuire. Today we will initially see windy and dry conditions over southern Nevada and parts of southern Utah for localized critical fire weather conditions. However, the bigger threat as we move through the next 2 days will be the return of lightning. Initially, thunderstorms may start developing fairly isolated later this afternoon and develop more rapidly as we move through tonight and into early Friday morning over the southern half of Nevada into the Sierra. These thunderstorms initially may be dry, however moisture will be rapidly increasing with wetting rains across many areas of the Great Basin over the next 2 days. Also, after the thunderstorms move through on Friday and Saturday, drier air and occasionally breezy winds will quickly return to the Great Basin for decreasing fuel moisture as we move through later in the weekend and early next week. Yesterday we saw quite a bit of lightning activity over Idaho into the northern portion of Nevada, with the heaviest areas of wetting rains over Idaho, where rainfall amounts varied from a quarter inch to over a half inch in some locations, and much drier thunderstorms over the northern portion of Nevada. Looking at the precipitation over the last 7 days, generally we've seen precipitation across the eastern half of Utah and into parts of southern and western Nevada. However, largely Idaho and the northern half of Nevada have remained dry and well below normal. Yesterday, fire activity was light across the Great Basin. However, we did have 2 new large fires develop over southwest Idaho. Looking at the water vapor satellite image from this morning, the next area of low pressure that will affect the Great Basin is located off the California coast, and this will move eastward, bringing increasing moisture as we move through the next few days. Today, fire potential will remain fairly low across most of Utah and into at least the eastern half of Idaho due to recent wet weather. However, will remain moderate across Nevada and into the Sierra. We'll also start seeing some lightning develop later today and move through tonight into Friday across the western side of the Great Basin. Looking at temperatures today, will remain near normal across Nevada and Utah and below normal across Idaho, with highs in the valleys only reaching the low to mid-80s. Again today, those thunderstorms may start developing later this afternoon over parts of southern Nevada and into the Sierra, but will be developing more rapidly as we move through tonight and spread north and east as we move through the next 2 days. As we move into Friday and Saturday and this area of low pressure moves into the western side of the basin, you can see moisture rapidly increase in all areas. However, after the thunderstorms initially move through southern Nevada, later tonight and through early Friday morning, we'll start to see a quick return of dry air and some breezy conditions on Friday over southern Nevada. Otherwise, we may see a quick increase in fire potential as thunderstorms initially develop. However, with the rapid increase in moisture, we'll see fire potential decrease on Friday as wetting rains develop. Temperatures will also decrease significantly as this area of low pressure moves across, with many areas across Nevada, Utah, and to southwest Idaho seeing highs in the upper 70s. Again, as Friday continues, we'll see that emergence of wetting rains across much of Nevada and Utah. However, that drier air will quickly return to southern Nevada on Friday. By Saturday, as that low moves further northeast, the moisture is pushed into the northern third of the Great Basin, with most of the wetting rains affecting Idaho into Wyoming. Again, lower fire potential is expected on Saturday due to the wet weather that we are expecting Friday and Saturday. Temperatures will start to increase on Saturday across Nevada and Utah, but still remain below normal, and temperatures will be decreasing as that low moves northeast across Idaho. On Saturday, again, those showers and thunderstorms will be located further north. However, the rains may not be as heavy as what we'll see across Nevada and Utah on Friday. On Sunday, we'll see that drier air pushed north across the southern half of Nevada and Utah. We still may see a few isolated thunderstorms over western and central Nevada, and also some lightning activity over Idaho and Wyoming. Winds will also start increasing on Sunday as this next area of low pressure off the northwest coast pushes a little bit further south. We'll also see some drying of the fuels due to decreasing moisture across southern and western Nevada. By Monday, we'll see that dry air push into southern Idaho. Therefore, we'll likely see minimal activity for lightning on Monday, with the exception of possible moisture returning to parts of southeast Utah and still remaining over the central Idaho mountains. And also, as this low drops a little bit further south by early next week, we'll see also breezy winds along with the drier conditions. By Tuesday, we'll still continue to see drying across much of Idaho and Nevada. However, that moisture in the southwest now pushes across most of Utah for a return of showers and thunderstorms over the eastern side of the Great Basin. This pattern will continue into Wednesday, with that moisture spreading up into the eastern half of Idaho and Wyoming, and also may creep into far eastern portion of Nevada. Looking at overall forecast amounts of precipitation over the next couple of days, by Friday we are expecting that widespread area of precipitation over much of Nevada and Utah and possibly into southeast Idaho, with rainfall amounts above a half inch or 3/4 of an inch in some locations. By Saturday, most of the heavier rainfall will be located across Idaho and parts of northern Utah. Now looking at fire danger indices across the Great Basin, ERCs have been increasing over the southern half of the basin due to the recent dry weather and are starting to recover from the moisture we saw earlier this week. Across Idaho, ERCs have been decreasing with the recent wet weather over the last couple of days, and in general, most areas remain near to below normal over the northern half of the basin and just above normal over the southern half of the basin with respect to ERCs. Live fuel moistures have continued to gradually decrease, and in many areas are near to below normal or at record lows in some areas of the southern half of the Great Basin. Over the 8 to 14 day period, which takes us into the second and third week of August, we'll likely see warmer and drier conditions over the western side of the basin and near normal temperatures over the eastern side of the Great Basin. That concludes the briefing for today. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us. Thank you for listening.